Welcome back to Multiplying Polynomials, Part 2. Let's start with some review. So a quick review from last time talking about binomials to binomials. So here we've got 3x plus 2 squared, and we're going to use our FOIL method here. Remember, there are two methods. We're going to review both, but we'll start with FOIL. So in this case, I've got 3x plus 2 squared. So that means that my binomials are 3x plus 2 and 3x plus 2. So I'm going to have both my binomials there, write them down, and then I'm going to begin my FOIL method. So that means I'm going to go with my first ones first. So 3 times 3 is 9. X times x is going to be x squared. Then I'm going to go with my outside number. So that's going to be 3x times positive 2. 3x times positive 2 is going to be positive 6x. Then I'm going to go with my inside numbers. My inside numbers are going to be positive 2 times 3x. So 2 times 3 is going to be, again, positive 6x. And then I'm going to go with my last numbers, which are going to be 2 times 2, and 2 times 2 is 4. So I'm going to then combine my like terms, and when I do that, I end up with 9x squared. 6 plus 6 is 12, so 12x plus 4. Now let's review the box method. So to review my box method, again, I've got my two binomials there, so I'm going to set up my box with 1 on top, so negative x plus 10 on the top, and then x and minus 2 on the bottom. It doesn't matter which binomial you put where, so whichever one you feel more comfortable with. X times negative x is going to give us a negative x squared, because 1 times negative 1 is negative 1, and x times x is x squared. X times 10 is going to give us 10x. Negative x times negative 2, negative times a positive is a negative times a negative is a positive, so we end up with positive 2x. Negative 2 times positive 10 is going to give us negative 20. So then we're going to write down our terms and combine them, so negative x squared doesn't have anything to combine with. 10x and 2x are going to give us a positive 12x, and negative 20 doesn't have anything to combine with, so that is going to stay there by itself. Now let's take a look at multiplying a binomial times a trinomial. So when multiplying a binomial times a trinomial, again, there are two methods. So I'm going to show the box method first, but of course you can use the other method that we'll show shortly after. So we're going to start by creating a bigger box because we have a trinomial this time. So our binomials are going to go along the side. So 3x plus 2 is going to be on the side, and then our other number is going to go across. The trinomial will be on the three-sided one. So we've got 2x squared here, we've got 3x here, and we've got positive 4 here. Now the box method is going to work very similar to how it did before, it's just this time we have more boxes. So 2 times 3 is going to be 6, x times x squared is going to be 6x to the third power, or 6x cubed. Then we've got 3x times 3x, which is going to give us 3 times 3 is 9, 9x squared. And then 3x times 4 is going to give us 12x. Then we're going to go along the bottom doing the same thing. So 2x squared times 2, 2 times 2 is 4, so we've got 4x squared. 2 times 3 is going to give us 6x, and 2 times 4 is going to give us positive 8. Now we're going to write things out combining our like terms like we have done in the past. So 6x to the third power has nothing to combine, so it's just going to stay 6x to the third power, 6x cubed. Then we've got 9x squared and 4x squared. They're like terms, so they can be combined for 13x squared. Then we've got 12x and 6x. 12 plus 6 is 18, so we've got 18x. And then positive 8 has nothing to combine with, so it's just going to stay positive 8. And there we've got now a quadnomial as we've completed our multiplication. Now let's take a look at the other method. Now the other method we can use when multiplying a binomial times a trinomial is to use the distributive property and then simplify combining like terms. So we're going to distribute our first value to every number on the inside of the trinomial, and then we will distribute our second number to every number inside the trinomial and then combine our like terms. So let's do the first one first. So x times x squared is going to give 1 times 1 is 1, but x in the x2 is going to give me x to the third. Then we've got x times negative 3x, which is going to be negative 3x squared. X times positive 4 is going to be positive 4x. Then we're going to do the same thing with the negative 2. So this time we've got negative 2 times x squared, which is going to be negative 2x squared. Negative 2 times negative 3x, negative times a negative is a positive for positive 6x. And negative 2 times positive 4 is going to give me negative 8. So now that I've distributed, I can combine my like terms. So x to the third has nothing to combine with, so it's just going to stay x to the third. Negative 3x squared and negative 2x squared are going to give me negative 5x squared. 4x and 6x are going to give me positive 10x, and then negative 8 has nothing to combine with, so it will stay as it is. And that brings us to the end of that one. And it also brings us to the end of this problem and this set of notes. If you like this video, go ahead and throw us a thumbs up. If you love this video, go ahead and throw us a sub. And we will catch you in the next one.